Hello, okay friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today, this video, we're going to look at this particular orchid. It's fragrant, and every time its bloom can be a total surprise in and of itself. If this is your first time watching my video, my channel is all about orchids. From what orchids I have, how I grow them, my thoughts on certain orchid topics, to what orchids in my collection are blooming, etc. So if you want to follow along my orchid hobby adventure, please consider subscribing to my channel and turn on the notification. The name of this orchid is Flying Eagle Wilson. It's a cross between Tetraspis C1 and Dragon Tree Eagle. This one is a very fragrant orchid, and it smells really sugary with a hint of cinnamon, and it is most fragrant during the morning hours when there is wind and there is sunshine. Every morning I basically would, take a sniff at these flowers. It's a very pleasant smell. This time it's blooming with 3 blooms. Last time on the same flower spike, it only gave me 1 flower, and that was toward the end of the winter. So last bloom cycle, it gave me only 1 flower, and I suspected that it had to do with the fact that it was still winter. Even though in my sunroom, the temperature is always somewhat constant, somewhat stable. But I think it just had to wait to know that it was still not the right season to put out too many more blooms. And then prior to this particular flower spike, it had 2 other flower spikes that had already died off, but you can still see them in the background. I did not cut them off. Each flower spike then gave me 2 flowers, and those two flower spikes are more interesting because they gave me more yellow in its flowers than the current flower spike. I also suspect that it's because where my sunroom is and where I put this orchid on the growing rack, it's receiving a lot more sun, so I get more red. That's just my suspicion. My care for this particular orchid is each time I only give it 1/3 of a cup, sometimes 1/4 cup of reverse osmosis water, RO water. And when I fertilize it, it's only 1/4 strength of whatever fertilizer I decide to give it. It's still currently potted in moss, and I do plan to convert it into semi-hydro once it's out of the bloom. So depending on whether it's going to continue to bloom sequentially on this particular flower spike, if I see more buds coming, then I will not repot it. But if I don't see anything else, then I will probably repot it, transfer it into semi-hydro after these 3 flowers drop. So it just depends on what I see. Anyway, for the rest of this video is a collection of photos I took of this particular orchid's progression leading up to the 3 flowers that I just shared with you. I hope you liked this video and enjoyed the photo. And this is really basically all I have for you today. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you can give it a thumbs up at the end of the video. And if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!